Character sketch of Hughie Erskine. Hughie Erskine was a young man who was good-looking, with crisp brown hair and grey eyes. He was charming. He was not only popular among men, but also among women. But intellectually, we must admit he was not of much importance. He was simply unable to make money. He survived on an allowance of £200 a year given by an old aunt. His father had left him with an inheritance of a cavalry sword and history of the Peninsular War in 15 volumes. In order to earn money, he had tried the stock exchange, worked under a tea merchant and sold dry sherry. Thus, he was a delightful, ineffectual young man with a perfect profile and no profession. He was in love with a girl named Laura Merton, daughter of a retired colonel. The colonel liked Hughie, but was against the engagement. He would allow them to get married only if Hughie had £10,000 of his own. This made Hughie sad. Though he was unable to marry Laura because of the condition put up by her father, both he and Laura were madly in love. He would visit Laura every day. The rest of the time he would tire out his friends talking about Laura. One day on his way to Laura's place, he dropped in to see his friend Alan Trevor, who was an artist and an excellent painter. Trevor liked Hughie for his good looks, so he had given him the permanent entry to his studio. Here, Hughie saw Trevor finishing the portrait of a beggar. The model for the painting was a poor, piteous beggar. The state of the beggar moved Hughie to dig in his pockets and give the beggar the largest denomination coin he had. Hughie left the studio. Laura scolded him for his extravagance. Later that evening, he met Trevor Fias, who claimed to have finished and framed his painting. Trevor told Hughie that the model was interested in the latter and had made inquiries about him and Laura. Hughie was afraid that the beggar had seen that he had a soft corner for the beggar, so he would harass him for money. Hughie became red and angry. But the next moment he felt shocked and ashamed when Trevor told him that the beggar was actually Baron Hausberg, a very rich man who had commissioned Trevor to paint him as a beggar. Hughie confessed to giving the richest man a sovereign. Alan had a hearty laugh, and the embarrassed Hughie rushed home. The next morning he had a visitor, a messenger from Baron Hausberg. Baron had sent Hughie £10,000 as a wedding gift. Hughie was able to finally marry Laura, and Trevor was the best man in the wedding, and Baron made a speech at their wedding breakfast.